fatty.
Okay, but the oral cavity, we have the incisors, more than what we have. We have the canines. This will be also top and bottom. Going up here, again, for our molar, kind of the back flatter one for the molar, and the pointed ones for the premolars. Hard palate, anywhere pointed in here. Soft palate on yours, you can actually see where the ridges stop.
Oh,
You can actually see right there. Tongue is not an option, so if it's on the tongue, you either have the papillae, which are going to end up being kind of the taste buds in here, or the frenulum linguae or lingual frenulum, which is the part that holds the tongue down. So that's the only thing that would be tongue related. Tongue is not an answer. All right, back here, you're going to do some more digging.
Oh. You can go deep enough.
Have you seen how much fluid is now?
Oh, that's that one you were talking about. Stuff burning my eyes since I'm so close to the cat.
Okay, so you see this kind of pounded meat looking stuff right here? Looks like it's been tenderized. Right in there.
One more time.
So that's all the parotid gland.
You're good. Parotid gland.
Okay, as we come down for the respiratory system, if there was a stick through here and said common passageway for food and air, that's the pharynx. The larynx is the rounded area right here. The trachea is the trachea. To the side of the trachea, or actually underneath the trachea, is the flattened tube, which is going to be our esophagus. It doesn't look like anything because it's flat.
Oh, okay.
It's right there. So it's underneath, the trachea is moved over, and it's underneath, that's the esophagus. So it lies underneath that. And we got the lungs. So, and you also have the thymus gland on your cat, part here and part here. It's not on the list because we have to take it off eventually. But that's the thymus gland. The lung lobes are all these off to the side of the heart. So you have your superior or anterior, the medial, which is by itself, and then we have the inferior or posterior. And then that mediastinal is underneath where his heart is.
We don't have another
No,
mediastinal. Okay.
that's just right there. Then you have the diaphragm, the liver, the gallbladder, the green pouch,
The green thing.
the spleen, the greater omentum, all of this right here, urinary bladder, and remember you can't just put bladder because there's a gallbladder, so urinary bladder, gallbladder. Let's see. Oh, layers. It would have to have a little card that says layer for the parietal peritoneum versus the visceral peritoneum.
Oh, okay.
If you move this out of the way, don't cut it off when you actually do start to remove it, but we're just going to move it out of the way just real quick. So if the pin was stuck in here somewhere, that's the jejunum, because we have no idea where it starts or stops.
Right.
It's just the
Oh,
mass.
jejunum, okay.
The jejunum. On yours, we can probably go ahead and do the reproductive system. So underneath the urinary bladder, you got the little body of the uterus down in here, right there. And then off of that, you have two uterine horns that go out to the ends, and they end up at the ovary.
Oh, okay.
That little ovary down here. Now the kittens would develop in the actual horns here, not in the uterus. So for multiple development, you have to have room, and so the uterus doesn't expand large enough to hold all those. So they go through here. There's like 3 or 4 that would go into each horn. All right. Anus, the first hole underneath the tail.
So is this like the layer of fat, this thing that holds it all
yeah,
in or
the whole,
whatever?
that holds it. That's one of the mesentery layers.
Mesentery.
Or the, yeah. It's not the true mesentery because that's in here.
Okay.
But this is just a membrane that's going to hold everything in place and protect it. So the amount of fat there is what varies. And that's that, they call it visceral fat also that's in there. So this tends to become some of that visceral fat that's so deadly. But that's kind of what they're talking about.
So what's underneath that urinary bladder again?
The body of the uterus.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just that section right there.
Oh, okay. I see.
And the horns and the ovaries.
On the side.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. So I think that's so for next time, you'll come in here. We'll go into all the stuff underneath here. And what I'd like you to do today is take out one of the kidneys.
Okay.
This one in particular. Take this one off and clean it up so we're ready to look at it on Thursday. Also, any of this blue stuff, you could probably, if it comes off pretty easily, go ahead and pull it off.
Okay.